Update naman tayo doon sa pagkakaresto sa teroristang si Myrna Mabanza. Malaking dagok raw ito para sa ISIS at Al-Qaeda terrorist group. Ayon yan sa panig ng Philippine National Police, partikular na ni Philippine National Police Chief Acorda.
Sir, may naaresto tayo na terorista, Myrna Mabanza, just this morning, sir.
Yes, it's something that kumbaga parang breakthrough rin. It's a typical accomplishment of our policemen as far as yung terrorism financing. So may I give the mic to our CIDG director with regards to this accomplishment. Thank you.
Well, good afternoon. We are proud to inform everyone that we have arrested one of the most wanted in our country, the person of Myrna Mabanza, this morning at around 5:50 a.m. at Barangay Pasil, Indanan, Sulu. She was arrested by virtue of warrant of arrest for violations of Terrorism Financing Prevention and Suppression Act of 2012, or what we call the Republic Act 10168 and the Anti-Terrorism Act of 2020. As a backgrounder of our arrested suspect, Mabanza was declared by the United States Defense as specially designated global terrorist. Kasama niya dito si Abu Bakar Baghdadi and Isnilon Hapilon, the founder of or the Emir of Islamic State Philippines. So, based on the publications of the United Nations Security Council, Myrna Mabanza was listed as associated with the Islamic State in Iraq or the Al-Qaeda for participating in the financing, planning, preparing and perpetrating acts or activities or in behalf and support of, in short, supplying, selling, transferring arms and related material to the Islamic State in Iraq, as likewise dito sa Southern Mindanao. So, non-bailable yung offense niya. So, sa ngayon, dadalhin po siya sa Zamboanga City to the origin of court.
Sir, sorry, can we say this is a years of hard work? Kasi sir, makikita natin 2016 pa lang may mga activities na siya, and ang arrest warrant sa kanya was issued just last December.
Well, actually, nagsama-sama ang PNP, IGC, IDG, AMLAC at sa Kanika in collecting all the evidences so that we could file a solid case against him. So, nung nag-convene yung Task Force Sanglahi Bravo natin, PNP Sanglahi, Task Force Sanglahi Bravo, focus on terrorism, we just recently filed a case against her late last year. So, nagrant naman yung case na i-final natin sa kanya. So, nung lumabas yung warrant of arrest, we implemented together with, of course, together with the elements of ProBarm.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much, Mr. Glenn Wego of DCBB, followed by June Veneracion of GMA7.
Isa. Tuloy ko lang yung dun sa kay Miss Mabanza. General Karamat, ano yung particular role niya in terms of terror financing? Was she the conduit of funds from abroad?
That's correct. She was a conduit of several funds being sent by other foreign countries to our country. Actually, she is also wanted by the Malaysian police for his involvement because his former husband is a widower, is a Malaysian terrorist. So marami nang dumating sa ating bansa, una $7,000 and then $100,000 US dollars, and then facilitating yung mga pumapasok na armaments dito sa ating bansa, particularly in Southern Mindanao.
May role ba yung former MNLF rebels dun sa pagkaka-arrest niya? Kasi how would you describe yung area where she was arrested? Indanan yun, General, di ba? Indanan, yung particular area na yun, may mga presence ba ng former MNLF rebels doon or hindi naman?
Wala namang resistance nung hinuli ng elements ng ating mga PNP. And I think the Regional Director of PROBAR could answer that question because he is on the ground.
Thank you, sir. Sir, in fact, yesterday there was a meeting held inside the MNLF camp in Danansulu. The Minister of the MP, Tong Jikiri, this is an MNLF leader under Tong Jikiri, was there. He's the member of the Parliament of the Bangsamoro Transition Authority and also participated by the MNLF leaders and elders. So that happened at around 10:30 in the morning inside the MNLF camp. And asking him, particularly Tom Jekiri, the MP, for the peaceful surrender of Mirna Mabansa. And it happened. And yesterday night, he voluntarily surrendered, and he was brought to Zamboanga. And this morning, Mirna Mabansa is now in Zamboanga City.
So, peaceful surrender, paano ba?
Yeah. After her surrender, the 5 warrant of arrest were implemented or served to Mirna Mabansa.
Yung MNLF officials doon were material to her surrender?
Yes. The role of MP Tong Jekiri was very was material, and he helped on facilitating the peaceful surrender of Mirna Mabansa.
So, all along, Miss Mabansa was hiding in an
Inside the
MNLF area?
MNLF camp. Inside the MNLF camp under MP Tong Jekiri.
Eh, bakit ang tagal na na-surrender kung...
Yes, sir. Because the warrant of arrest just came out December last year.
Karamat, impact po nito, what would be the impact on local terror movement yung pagkaka-arrest sa kanya? The impact. What would be the impact? Ano nakikita niyo pong impact nitong pagkaka-aresto sa kanya sa local terror movement?
Well, ang malaking impact nito is matatakot na yung mga ibang tao na magiging conduit sa in terms of financing itong mga terrorist na ito.
Isa lang. Hindi lang po yung takot, sir. Yung mismo sa mga natitira pang remnants ng mga local terror groups dito sa Pilipinas. Kasi nga po siya ang conduit ng funds from abroad, di po ba, General Sir? Ano po ang magiging epekto nito dun sa mga natitira pang gumagalaw ng mga local terrorists?
Well, we all know that justice is lumalakad. Na kahit sino ay pwedeng maristo. So, yun lang po ang masasabi ko.
Ms. Leia Ilagan of UNTV.
Sir, kay Chief po. Sir, do you think yung pagkaka-aresto kay Mirna ay malaki ang impact dito sa mga terorista sa Mindanao dahil mawawala na sila ng pera, wala silang financier?
Yeah. With regards to the effect on the operations, most likely, with the arrest of Mirna, yung cash flow nila yung maapektuhan, and definitely their operations will be affected.
Sir, do you know kung may reward si Mirna dahil kung wanted din ito at nasa listahan ng United Nations Security Council?
As of now, we don't see any reward for Mirna, for the arrest of Mirna.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much.